tell you, wow. We are back here once again, live from the concourse with the Sarnia Sting, and Lee Bazeley joining me here. One apiece up there, and I got to tell you, it was, what did you just say? It was 19 minutes and
19 minutes, 59.2 seconds of great hockey.
Yeah, 0.8 seconds left, and the London Knights were tying things up here. I got to tell you, like, nothing to take away. Limpar Lance in there with they pushed really hard through to get that goal. I mean, London wasn't making it easy out there for sure. They did get the goal. I didn't get too excited, I'll be honest with you. Like, I was happy. I was like, right on, here we go. But then I still have Friday's game in the back of my mind going, if there's a team that can come back super quickly against the Sarnia Sting, it's the team we're playing, and that's the London Knights.
They definitely can, yeah. But, like, from what I'm seeing out there throughout this whole first period, like, London's playing a good game, but Sarnia's been controlling it right from the start. Right from the drop of the puck at the beginning, right until that goal there at the end. Sarnia's been controlling this game. There's our Saginaw fans right there. Love it. It's and it was a good goal by London Knights. He was in the right position. Wasn't much Benny could do about that. Other than what happened right there, that one goal, Sarnia's defense has been playing an amazing game.
Well, they really have, but that being said, it took a long time for the Sarnia Sting to get their first goal in there too, right? Again, not to take anything away from the Sting, but London is not slouching out there, needless to say, and they keep continuing to push through, and that shows in the score what's happening right there. It also shows with the shots on goal. Last seconds there, we were tied 6-6 in the goals, and then, of course, that goal changed things up there. But I really do think it was a great first period.
It was, most definitely.
This is playoff hockey, so how much can we really say about either team? Obviously, we want the Sarnia Sting to win here, but, again, London is also here, and they're here for a reason, and they know that the pressure's really on the Sarnia Sting more than it is on themselves because of where we're sitting here with Game 6 here today.
Well, the London Knights are the London Knights.
Okay, there you go.
There's no other way to say it really other than that. They're not going to roll over. They're not going to be an easy road to the finals for any team that plays against them, Sarnia Sting included. It's I love what I'm seeing out there, though, because even though we are playing one of the toughest teams to play in this league year after year after year, I'm seeing Sarnia Sting controlling that entire hockey game out there. They're doing well.
Yep.
Offensively, defensively, Benny's making some key saves out there.
Did you see the sign up there?
In Gaudreau
we trust.
Yes, absolutely.
And I know he sees it up there, right? But
it's in the perfect position.
He's like, I appreciate it. He goes, but I got to stay focused on, that's cool, but I've still got a job to do here. But we do have belief in the whole entire Sarnia Sting franchise here. I was upstairs earlier, and I quick hello to Dylan Sika and David Legwan, the owners up there. And we saw Jacob. Hey, how you doing? We saw Jacob Chikrin up there.
I could never say his name either.
I just called him Jake. But he was here sounding the horn. So there's lots of people from all over. I wonder if Steven Stamkos is watching somewhere. He's got to be watching this thing.
I would imagine he probably is, yeah.
I would think so. A lot happening out there. Talk about the penalty. So, we didn't really see a penalty up until, I don't know, it was about the last 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes of this game. We hadn't seen a penalty. And that was London Knights player McGurn taking that first penalty.
And that was just, he was reacting, it was just a nice,
I think so,
little, he didn't like what happened to him and that it wasn't called. And he came back and he let his emotions get the best of him.
Yeah.
And it was a blatant slash. So, he ended up going to the box and deservedly so.
Yep.
And maybe he thought that our power, like Sting's power play is if Sting have a weak point, in my opinion, it is their power play.
Yeah.
They're great even strength. They're great 4-on-4. They're even great shorthanded. I don't see them capitalizing on power plays very often.
Not as
like
much as
they
we
should.
That's for sure. And that's never really been for many years. That's always been a thing. I don't know what it is there, right? So something that can definitely work on. And that may be a conversation that's happening in the locker room. It's like, we did finally have an advantage there. We weren't able to take complete advantage of it. So I don't know. Now the conversation in the locker room for the London Knights has to be something similar, like, they've got to step up just a teeny weeny bit more. They've got to get on their heels a little bit more if they're to come through and take over the Sarnia Sting. But the Sarnia Sting, I think, they've got a few holes to fill out there as well. We were getting into the corners a little bit more. We've talked about that in the past, about how maybe we've gotten a little bit better at that, but it's still not a place I like to see the Sarnia Sting playing hockey's in those corners.
Yeah, that's another part they got to work on. But I mean, I think they're focusing on things that in their mind is more important, is going to be more beneficial to them right now.
Yep.
It's definitely something they'll probably end up working on for next season. For right now, they just got to stick with what's working and, just kind of like inching away, getting the things we're doing well, keep making them better.
Yeah. And shots on goal, really, I think we're not seeing huge shots on goal here.
Especially not during a power play.
No, right? So shots on goal, the more you shoot, the more chances, I guess. But I don't know. This has just been really great hockey. It's as intense as I expected it would be. The fans were in it right from they were in this before they sat down, but as soon as that puck dropped, they were starting the go Sting, go chant. We've heard the Benny chant a couple of times already. It's got to be loud down there where you're sitting.
It is, and it's the loudest I think that I've ever heard it in this building, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
When the go Sting goes and the Benny chants and everything. This crowd is very vocal. They're very supportive of this team, and they want to let them know it every chance they get. And it's
for sure.
It's stuff that you and I have touched on several times over the last few months. Just how behind this team that this community is, and it's great to be right in the thick of it and be a part of it.
120% support out there, and that's what's great to see. I know I mentioned before, but I'll say again. They were lined up yesterday at 4:30 in the afternoon to get in line for their playoff tickets. And you're getting some fans. You're getting famous around here,
I get Sarnia Famous. Yeah. Check out the Sarnia Famous podcast. I'm episode 72.
72.
Actually, I think I was episode 22.
You should do that. There you go. But the crowd is definitely into this. The fans still believe. It's only the first period. There's a reason there's 60 minutes of hockey. But I don't know. How much more do you really say at this point of the game? You certainly don't want to look back. You can only look forward to what maybe is happening in the moment out there. It's like, okay, I saw some weaknesses over here, guys. I've heard Coach Letang and even Brad Staubitz say, you guys know what you're supposed to be doing. What do you do? Do you have the motivational speech? Do you yell right now? I don't think there's any yelling going on.
No, probably not.
I think there's some pats on the back maybe happening out there, and they're just going, you got this, guys.
I think in the yellow and black locker room, they're probably just telling them, you guys are doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. It's going to go our way if you guys can keep up this control that you've had for the whole game. And I think in the London Knights locker room, they're probably saying, don't let that one goal go to your head because that Sting have been controlling us from end to end right from the drop of the puck. We're playing well, but they're playing much better, and we got to step it up.
And we've seen how the London Knights can quickly take away that emotion. I go back to that Dillingham goal on Friday. I was so happy for him. I wanted to hug him through the screen and go, way to go. And then the emotion was just sucked right away. So that emotion, though, is really something that has to be controlled. We've talked about the aggression. We haven't seen a ton of that out there just yet.
Bits and pieces, not much.
Just little tugs there. But that emotion of the aggression is the one thing. But the emotion of, okay, got to go, awesome, celebrate it for a moment, and then keep going. You can't hold on to that celebration too long out there, especially when you're playing a team like the London Knights.
Most definitely. It's just like you said. You celebrate it in the moment, but then it's back to work, and that's what they're doing out there. They're putting in the work. They're like I've said it already. They're controlling this game, and they have done such a great job at. These are young minds out there, young hockey players, but they've done such a great job at learning to harness in those emotions and keep very laser focused on the task at hand.
Laser focus for sure is what we need out there. Well, lots of support. The Liona blimps flying around there, and I never did get a chance to fly that this year. I guess I was busy here. But I really want to get my hands on the remote control for that thing. They'll probably let me do it when there's nobody here.
When there's nobody in the building,
$41,000 now is what we're at. I'm predicting $60,000. I really am. We've seen it as high as, what did we say, 43, 44,000?
43 on Game 4.
Notably, the London Knights 50-50 was not that big.
No, we were just talking about that, Right? It's like, I think they 9,000 some people in the building, and their 50-50 got to about 10.
We have more support here. Sorry, London. Not sorry. All right, we're here from the concourse. I don't think there's much more we can say except what we want to see the Sarnia Sting do, of course, is come out on top here. Critical time for them as they need this to move on into Game 7, which, of course, moves them down into the London Knights territory, which has always seemed to be a tough area in this series for the Sarnia Sting. They've got to find a way to overcome that lead.
Yeah, they've got the game plan down for the team. Now they have to solve the puzzle of the building.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, that's it for now. $41,735. You can go online to sarniasting.com to get your 50-50 tickets and, take the year off work. I'd be riding my motorcycle all summer. Let me tell you.
Taking a nice little
and
tour
winter.
down.
I'd ride my bike in the winter.
Down south, down through the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, down PCH Highway. We should talk about this after we go off.
Yeah, probably. All right, we're about 5 minutes, just short of 5 minutes away from the Sarnia Sting coming back out here. Don't forget, post-game press conference will happen only on your TV Sarnia. It'll happen live, and then a little later on, the OHL will have it available on their Twitter, did I say that? Twitter? You know what I meant. And, of course, their Facebook page, etc., so keep an eye out for that. All right. We'll see what's happening. We'll be back at the end of the second period intermission. I'm David Burrows with the Sarnia Sting, live from the concourse with Lee Bazeley. 1, 2, 3, go Sting, go!